welcome to my mom's recipe box. Today we are making my mom's famous crab soup. Here's the recipe. It's very easy. Here are the ingredients you're going to need. We're going to get this whipped up in about an hour. Of course, the longer it sits, the better it tastes. And if you don't have this, just turn the video off now because you're not making my mom's crab soup, okay? So get your Old Bay and come back and learn how to make crab soup. Hey, so we're gonna prepare the soup today, okay? So the first thing we want is a big pot. This makes a lot of soup, so you need a big pot. We're gonna do vegetable stock for the base. Just gives it a little more flavor than water. If you have, if you don't have stock, you can use water. You're gonna wanna use 8 cups altogether. So each of these stocks is 4 cups. So I'm just going to use 2 boxes of the stock. This is veggie stock, which I love. You can use fish stock. You can use chicken stock if you want to. Or again, like I said, you can use water. No problem. So here's the second box of stock going in. Okay. Okay, once you get the stock in, you're going to turn your heat up to high. So you want to get this boiling, okay? So there we go. The next thing I'm going to put in here is a stick of butter. Good stuff, butter. So we're just going to throw that in the soup. Just like this, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to prep our vegetables for the soup. So first thing we're going to do is start with an onion. And I'm just going to chop the onion kind of coarsely, and then I'm going to use this very nifty tool, this chopper, and this bowl to get a really good mince on my onion. If you're not fortunate enough to have this fabulous chopper and bowl, you can just chop it coarsely. No big deal, okay? So I'm gonna get this onion started for you. And just remember that I am a home cook, okay? I'm not Bobby Flay, I'm not Ann Burrell, I don't have super professional knife skills. I'm a home cook and you're a home cook, so we're gonna do this together, okay? So we are going to cut the onion. And this is a sweet onion. You can use any kind of onion you like. I don't want to overpower the soup with onion. So we're just using like maybe half of this onion, maybe even less, okay? If you don't want to cry when you're peeling your onion, you can run it under cold water. That helps a lot. Or a sweeter onion doesn't tend to make people cry quite as much. So it's totally up to you. So I'm going to get started on this onion and we'll be back in a second. Okay, as you can see, I've chopped the onion, the half onion, into quarter pieces. I'm going to put the quarter pieces in the bowl, and we're just going to chop them up in here. And come over here to the soup pot, and in it goes, just like that. Okay. Next thing we'll start on is the celery. We're going to start with the celery. So you're going to take a good handful of celery. This has already been washed and cut into small pieces. You can use the stems, that's fine. They add some good celery flavor and you don't have to worry about them being, too tough. So I've got, about this much celery, and that'll be good for the soup. So again, we're going to my favorite tool, which is the chopper, and we're just going to chop this up like this. And I'm sure that some of you have noticed the tattoo on my wrist with the paws. That is my dog and cat paw tattoo. And I got it because I work for a dog rescue. I work for All Shepherd Rescue. We're in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, some in Pennsylvania. And we rescue German Shepherds and German Shepherd mixes, and all sorts of Shepherd mixes. We've been at it since 2010, and we've adopted out several hundred dogs. And one of the dogs we adopted out is my precious puppy, Rafe. there he is, helping me out in the kitchen as always. So we're gonna chop a little bit more of this celery in the soup pot. Okay, here we go. All the carrots are in the pot. Okay, and the next thing we're gonna do is carrots. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is the carrots. These are pre-washed baby carrots. Of course, you can use any kind of carrot you want. Just gonna throw a few of these in the bowl. And I think you know the drill by now. We're gonna use over here. Oh, look at that. Got a nice oil on that. We're gonna get our seasonings in here and then we're gonna let it cook a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and put the seasonings in now. Okay, now it's time for the spices. This is the heart of the soup right here, and the crab. But this is really what makes my mom's crab soup, okay? We're gonna start with a tablespoon of soy sauce. Now my mom used Worcestershire sauce. I prefer the taste of soy, but it's to your preference. If you have Worcestershire in the house, by all means, make it Worcestershire. But we're gonna make it soy. Okay, that's in. And now, for, you know, the piece de resistance, the Old Bay. Okay, so there's a little bit of controversy in my family over Old Bay. My mom liked a little bit of Old Bay. Like, for this whole pot of soup, she wanted 1 tablespoon of Old Bay. Well, my brother, who you'll see in an upcoming video, loves Old Bay. Nothing more in life than Old Bay. He puts Old Bay on his Old Bay, seriously. He puts Old Bay on everything. So, because my mom is not around anymore, we have tweaked her recipe a little bit to please my brother and also my husband, who I think might like more than a tablespoon of Old Bay. So we're going to use 2 tablespoons of Old Bay, okay? And Mom, if you're watching, people do like it. I'm sorry. They loved you. They loved your soup, but they do like a little more Old Bay, okay? They like Old Bay in their Old Bay. This doesn't fit. So I'll get another one. This is 1, 2, that looked like a little one. And the other thing we add, because my brother and his friends and my husband to a degree are a little bit hot, spicy palates, we're going to be using a tablespoon of Old Bay hot. This is Old Bay with, I think it's cayenne, okay, and maybe some extra smoked paprika. Okay, and we are going to put a generous teaspoon of that in there. Okay, give the soup a stir. I gotta tell you, it smells pretty good. So now we're gonna let it simmer for about 30 minutes, and when we come back, it's tater time. So now it's time to do the potatoes. The soup's been cooking for about 30 minutes, and it smells fabulous. And the crab's not even in it yet, and it already smells great. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the potatoes. These are baby Yukon Gold potatoes. They're really mild, they taste great in a soup. And because they're small, I don't have to spend a lot of time peeling them, and I don't have to cut them too much. Our soup is looking really good right now. You can see the carrots and some potatoes escaped. Oh my God, a lot of potatoes escaped. All right, there we go. Okay. We're gonna save these guys. Got that. I wish you could smell it because it smells good. Okay. And we're gonna let these potatoes go for about 20 minutes on a simmer. And when we come back, it's tomato time, and then it's the big star of the show. Another 20 minutes, and now it's time for us to put in the tomatoes. What I like to use are crushed tomatoes. And we're just gonna take the whole can, and we're gonna put it in the pot. Ooh, look at that. There we go. Careful not to splash. I'll make sure I got them all. Okay, we'll give that a stir. Ooh, look at that. That is starting to look like soup, guys. Okay, so we're gonna let this cook for about 10 minutes, and then it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, crab. Okay, so here we are at the last ingredient for my mom's crab soup, and that of course is crab. We use Phillips because it's the best. You don't have to pick it. You know, it's a really good crab meat. They've been in business forever, and we really like it. Again, this is blue crab, blue lump crab. It's jumbo, and I'm not gonna, mix it up too much because I like to have chunks of crab in the soup. So, again, if you prefer a different kind of crab meat, like if you're a Dungeness crab person, you can use it, but it's not gonna be my mom's crab soup, okay? It's the blue crab or bust. Okay. This is a pound of crab meat, and we're gonna put it right here in the soup. Be careful, don't splash yourself. There we go. And then we're gonna break it up a little bit. It's very solid. There's not a whole lot of juice in the Phillips crab, but if you get crab that has the liquor in it, go ahead and use it. It'll just make the soup taste better, okay? So that's 1 pound, and this is 2 pounds. Again, careful, don't splash yourself. There we go. Very nice. And just break that up. Okay. And there you have it. That is my mom's crab soup. Take a look at how beautiful that is. Big chunks of crab, big pieces of potato, vegetables, a pretty spicy broth, but again, that's all to taste. It is gorgeous. We're gonna let it cook about 10 more minutes, and it'll be ready to serve, and it will be fantastic. Okay, so the soup is done, and now the only thing left to do is taste it. Well, look who's here. That's my brother John.
Is the soup done? Hey. Yeah. Is the soup done? Hey, Ray.
Oh,
how
so
you
glad
doing?
You came by to taste my crab soup.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah, just like Mom used to make.
Oh, perfect. Can I have a bowl? I'm starving.
Sure. You get a bowl here. Let's make sure you get some crab and some potatoes and vegetables and some of that good broth.
You could just do heavy on the crab.
Okay, we'll do heavy on.
Is there any Old Bay, or do I need to put extra
big
in?
Pieces. Well, taste it first and let me know.
Okay.
There you go. Here's a spoon for you.
Let me try
Tell
it.
us what you think.
It's pretty hot.
It is a little warm.
Mmm. So good. I prefer a lot more Old Bay, but this is probably perfect for everybody else.
You can always add more.
Yeah, I think I'm going to add a little more Old Bay.
Okay, well, we can do that right now.
Well, I want to put it just in mine.
Oh,
and
just
then,
in yours.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Because I like more than most
The
people.
Old Bay.
Because I put Old Bay on my Old Bay. Perfect.
Let me add a little bit.
Okay. Does need a little more.
We'll just add a little more Old Bay.
I'm going to go out there and eat this, okay?
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Why don't you tell everybody?
It's perfect. The potatoes are done perfect. It's a perfect combination. It just reminds me of when I was young eating it.
Thank you, John.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. So that's it for this episode of My Mom's Recipe Box. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.